What is up, guys? It's Rexol here with a new video. This time I bring you a nightreign inspired build, inspired on the recluse class, which is the caster class, which effectively can cast like any spell, any and every spell that we see in Elden Ring. I'm so excited to start seeing things from other Souls games. But anyways, we started as a wretch. That's the origin of our class. We are rocking about 54 intelligence and faith. For the fashion, we are using either the circlet of light, the Alvarich pointy hat, or the snow witch hat, but I don't really like the snow witch hat. It's a little bit too big. So for this build, we're basically going to be a caster, a multicaster, with multiple options in terms of elemental damage, to mimic, you know, the passive of the recluse, which is different spells for different elemental damage that you've done on a playthrough. I mean, not on a playthrough, on a combat, right? So you accumulate 3 elemental attacks and you get a special combo, and that's why we're gonna rock magic spells, we're gonna rock fire spells, lightning spells. We're gonna have all sorts of spells. And to mimic the ultimate, we're gonna be taking a fingerprint nostrum to hit that 60 faith cap, which is gonna be 60 if we equip the hat. Yeah, it's gonna be just enough to cast Mesmer's Orb, which looks similar to the, you know, the Boundless Soul song, something like that, I think it's called, where she dances and she casts like an AoE spell that deals AoE damage and curses the enemy. And yeah, it's basically just that, a multicaster build. It's a little bit weak in the sense that, you know, we're going to be using weak armor except for hands and you know, the legs that you won't really be seeing that much since we're wearing a dress. But we're going to compensate that by well, first of all, having a lot of aggressive tools, aggressive spells for you to oppress the enemy and force them to roll, basically. And we're also going to have good rolls ourselves with basically light roll and increasing rolling efficiency, basically as a way to not only mimic the speed of nightreign, but also compensate for our lack of damage absorption, which is going to be pretty lacking, especially if we equip the Beloved Stardust. If we really want to be fast with our spells and just cast them immediately, cast the get off me tools and whatnot in a matter of seconds. But if we, in the case that we do get hit, which is it's very likely that we do, at least we have good rolls to get away from the situation. It's pretty strong, pretty overpowered, but it sort of balances itself out with having low absorption, so we gotta do it. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy the invasions, and let's get straight to them. Well guys, as you all know, we already lived through the nightreign network test, and I hope you had a blast, just as much as I did, with both nightreign and this PvP build I made for it, in honor for the character I chose to go through the game with. I think I'm gonna make the other characters though, because they looked really fun, and even though I didn't play a lot with them, my first win in nightreign was with a guardian, believe it or not. Total opposite of like the kind of build that I like to rock, which in this instance, of course, it's like quite the opposite. I mean, it's a ranged enemy with it's a ranged build with severe defense weaknesses, but you know, you can compensate it by not holding back one bit with the spells, you know, making them look flashy, making them as oppressive as you can, and yeah, just having fun with it, which is the whole idea of this channel, is just to have fun with the cool stuff that From Software gives us. And yeah, I played nightreign and it was fun as fuck, and I think that that philosophy of just making it fun is, well, quintessential to the experience of nightreign, being, you know, way more quote-unquote video gamey than its predecessors, I guess, without the RPG aspect, without the character building aspect. It of course everything feels much faster, and I want to get into that. I'm probably gonna get into that in another video where I address the characteristics of From Software games and why they differ so much from other video games, especially video games that are centered around giving a player experience that's all around having fun and being as fun as you can, being as there's something about video games, I don't know, like League of Legends, or recently I've started to play Warframe again, and there's something about those video games where you can just feel that every single little decision and thing is engineered to hook you in a way, to hook you into keep playing it. While something that makes the From Software games very special is the fact that there's a lot of mechanics that are not intended to hook you in, but that on a first glance they actually repel you. They make you say like, what the fuck is this shit? Why am I dying so fast? Or why are the enemies so much cooler than me, right? It's all about the challenge. It's all about the overcoming the impossible odds, which is like what probably 99% of people that play these games have felt like when they dominated the game's challenge, right? That's partly why we keep playing PvP. I mean, if you're in the channel, you're probably like a person that plays PvP yourself, or at least has an interest in it, and that's basically because you find a different kind of challenge that's not necessarily found in every PvE experience, that's unique, that's difficult, that's entertaining, and it's a different way of entertaining. And I think nightreign, what it attempts to do is sort of marry those two things, like fast, engaging, quick, fun, but at the same time making it feel like a Souls-like, right? A Soulsborne. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'm definitely gonna play nightreign in the channel when it comes out, and one of my hopes is that it has different game modes, because I just don't want to give up the PvP. I wish they have different game modes that are fine-tuned according to the necessity of the game mode. Like, I wish to see balanced PvP in nightreign, but that's separate from the, you know, 3-day cycle roguelike aspect that we've seen so far. I know it's unlikely. They're probably just going to make another game. They're probably in the makings of another game. Like, Miyazaki is not working on nightreign, and that usually means that Miyazaki is working on something else, while nightreign takes the, you know, the spotlight for a while. Speaking more about the build that I just made, yeah, you can see it's pretty difficult to like keep up with the pressure of two builds that are able to take a lot of damage. That's why we sometimes are going to, well, quite a lot of times we're going to swap that Beloved Stardust, I think it's called, that talisman that makes you take like 25% more damage. Yeah, you're not gonna use that every time. You're gonna swap to Radagon's Icon. Like, screw the extra speed in casting if you're gonna take that much damage, right? Unless you know that the fight is basically won and over. Like in this fight, I have a sense that this guy is not going to pressure me enough to beat me, so I'm just going to keep on the Beloved Stardust. For example, that's like an example of it. We also have quite a lot of tools. We have double straight swords. That's a very reliable tool to deal damage. Very nice moveset. And yeah, of course, crystal darts, because we are in intelligence bit. Well, guys, I could jab about builds all day. You know me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in another video. Drake Soul out. Bye.